I think we're all picking a fairly comfortable win here. The sports books have you favored by 10. Is that about the way you're seeing this matchup here on a Football Friday?
Of course not. You know us. I mean, these games are too hard and too hard to win, and we'll have our work cut out for us. I know Coach Fangio's one of the great defensive minds in the league. I know he'll have some good defense dialed up, and certainly the Broncos on offense can certainly give you fits. So we're going to have our hands full and better come ready to play, or that's how things happen, that you wish wouldn't have happened. But this team, I think they're in a good place, and I don't think anybody's looking past this game.
Stephen, I'm going to ask you about a guy that isn't the most talked about guy on this team, but Jayron Kearse, because Christy Scales told us before last week's game that he had the green dot, that he was going to be calling the defense. And Jayron Kearse has been in the league as a safety this is his 6th year, never really been a full-time starter, but has become a huge part of what you guys are doing. What all goes into that sort of career arc where it's 5 years of special teams, sometimes a starter, to wear the green dot, call the defense, be one of our leaders?
I think it's, it starts with having a vision for a player and his skill set. And I think I've mentioned it before this year. Certainly when Dan came in here, when Mike brought Dan in, he had a vision for the type of defense he could see us being based on the personnel we had, based on personnel we could get in free agency, whether it's a Kearse or a Kazee or a Neal, obviously Urban and company and those guys inside. But I think having a vision for what a guy like a Kearse could do, and certainly Dan had that. Certainly you look around the league and see the mismatches that go on with these tight ends and how athletic and long they are. And his vision was Kearse with his length and his speed could match up. And certainly, he's done that well, in addition to being a great blitzer for us as well. Has really just found a role, and he's a smart player. That's why he is wearing the green dot. He's very comfortable with his communications, and certainly a big part of getting everybody lined up back there. And he's just done a hell of a job for us.
Stephen, we've established on the show you don't give a damn what I say. So
that's not right, Brian. That's not right.
Okay, can you walk me through, because when you watch Steele play, and I was thinking that, okay, their plan is to keep Steele at right tackle because he's got an all-pro playing inside of him to his left. And sometimes you can have that guy to clean up any little bit of slippage or mess. Can you walk us through the decision to move Steele over? And I know he's playing really, really well for you, but did you have to give it some thought, like, man, he really plays well playing next to Zach Martin?
Well, we did, and certainly it was a big discussion. It wasn't an easy one, and of whether to put La'el at left tackle and Steele at right, or obviously the way we ended up. But I think, obviously La'el's just now coming back from being out for 5 weeks, and that's really where he's played most of his NFL career. Although he was a left tackle at LSU, so certainly wouldn't be foreign to him, but. Just felt like after weighing everything, what each player does best, or that it was in our best interest to line them up the way we're going to line them up Sunday.
So, Stephen, I don't think you can answer this, but I just have to ask it because I'm curious. Now that LC will be back on the field at his old position, when this game's over, Tyron is healthy, who's the right tackle?
Well, we take it one game at a time. You said it best. Not going to answer that question, but certainly, as I've said throughout the year, you end up needing them all. And, obviously Tyron's is struggling a little bit with that ankle, and we want to get him good and healthy and see where he ends up, and then we'll go from there.
Stephen, with so many players dinged, are you feeling like it's getting close to a point where it could be a threat to the run, or is this just the normal run of business dealing with injuries in a football season?
I think this is part of it. I mean, that's just part of being in the NFL. All teams have injuries. Certainly, you get pandemic challenges that are out there, which we're seeing. We had them early. It's just part of being in the league. The great news so far for us, other than, certainly, just tough one to lose Jabril Cox for the year. The good news is most of these guys are, can join us back. And with the new rules in the NFL, the IR, DTR, it's a good amount of time. You got to sit them 3 weeks, but usually, you come back after 3 weeks. That's a big positive. And we have a lot of our guys that are going to be coming back, and some that have been on there a lot longer than 3 weeks because their injuries were longer, and Gallimore and DeMarcus Lawrence. But just feel like overall, we don't think we're at any type of a point where we're overly concerned about anything. You always want my players to stay healthy, but at the same time, really feel like we're in a good spot and feel good about our depth and feel good about what's coming.
Is there any further risk of injury with Dak and his calf?
You don't ever know for sure, but I would say this: we sure feel really good about it, that it's healed and ready to go. But those things are you never know until it bites you. But certainly, we feel 100% better about it than we did this time last week.